hopping on here today to discuss a very important subject that has come up from one of my fellow authors. That is the illegal pirating of published books. So what I'd like to discuss today is three things. One is for indie published authors, how to prevent becoming a victim of illegal pirating. The second thing I want to discuss is directed at the violators, the people who are actively participating in illegal pirating of books. I have a few things to say to you too. And the last thing I want to discuss is for our readers. How can you prevent illegal pirating and support indie authors? Because sometimes you may not even realize that you're supporting piracy. So those are the three subjects I want to hit on today, and I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. So for the first subject, if you are an indie author, how can you prevent yourself from becoming the victim of piracy? First is if you're going to recruit alpha readers, beta readers, ARC readers, even an editor, you need to have them sign a copyright agreement, and it should say something along the lines of this. If you are just handing out PDFs or Google Docs without having this signed, you are asking to be pirated. End of story. You have no protections. So that is the first piece of recommendation I have. On a side note, you should also be including in that document that they sign this, a no AI training agreement. That means they will not upload your documents to any AI platforms without your permission. I have had one beta reader request to upload it to like a narrating software because she said she has dyslexia and it really helps her read is to actually hear the words. I okayed that. That's fine. We're talking about generative AI here. Don't put my book into ChatGPT. End of story. I will have you sign an agreement that says you will not do that. The third thing you should do is obtain a legal copyright. I hear this argument all the time. I don't need a copyright because the moment I put words on a page, it's copyrighted. Yes, while that is technically true, it only retroactively protects you, and then you have to do all the legwork and get all the documents that are dated and time-stamped and present them to a judge to prove that you are said owner of this work and not the other person. You have to do a lot of work that costs a lot of money on the back end. Versus if you spend the $60 whopping up front, you don't have to do any of that. If someone pirates you, all you have to do is call your lawyer and be like, go get them. Done. So it is worth the $60 in my opinion. And yes, I did do this. So I highly recommend investing that $60 on your book to have it legally copyrighted. The last thing that you should do, and honestly, this should probably be up at the top, but I just had to put them in some order, is you need to use platforms that are designed to hand out your EPUB files in a protected manner. I'm talking about things like BookFunnel. On the platform with BookFunnel, they will watermark either every single page or just the cover or just the beginning and the end of the chapters, and it's going to say on there something like, illegal copying or distribution of this work is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved to A.M. Aurelia. So it's a lot harder for a book pirater to pirate a book that literally has that blasted all over the book, right? Yeah, it costs $100 a year, but it's a $100 investment that's well worth it in my opinion. Don't be handing out your EPUB or PDF file willy-nilly. Just don't do it. Use something like BookFunnel that helps watermark it, and they will also back you up too, that it's your book. So that's all the things that an indie author can do to help protect themselves from being illegally pirated. There's probably other things. I'm not an expert, so, look into if there's even more things. There probably is. But those are at least the basic recommendations.